These are the 10 comfiest walking shoes of 2025, and some of these actually just dropped, so stay tuned and watch the video throughout so you don't miss out on the latest and greatest. First off, I gotta kick it off with this Adidas Ultraboost, and I gotta say it's very soft, it's light, and it's very breathable. Now, some of the key features I can break down for you guys is that it has boost foam for that energy return. It has a very nice prime knit upper which hugs but doesn't really trap that heat, so you have that breathability. And I gotta say it's great for the casual walkers and to the gym, to the street wear. Now, this is the Adidas Ultraboost 1.0, and I feel like it never fails to be in one of these lists for me. But that being said, that's how you know this is a great sneaker that even no matter how much it ages, it still stays and maintains its spot in these lists. With that being said, at number 9, you guys, this is gonna be one that offers the same comfort but at a much better price, so stay tuned. Now, if your feet get hot or if you kind of walk in the more warm climates, I'm telling you this one is probably going to be your next go-to. So with that being said, this one right here is lightweight, it has that flexibility, and it has a eucalyptus fiber upper that feels like you're literally wearing a sock. Now, it's ultra breathable, it has that machine washability, it's very eco-conscious, and it has a very nice build to it, and it's good for low impact daily wear. Now, this is the Allbirds Tree Runners. I gotta say, this brand is a very eco-conscious brand, as I was saying before. But with that being said, if you are into that type of thing, or if you just want something that's gonna be very breathable and it just has like a very nice style aspect to it, and it's also very comfortable, I recommend you check out the link in the description, as well as any other sneakers mentioned in this video. Now, if you want that cloud-like feel but also want that support, I'm telling you, number 8 is gonna change the game. And now, how can we talk about that support without mentioning the Hoka Bondi line? And I gotta say, the Hoka Bondi line is like one that feels like you're literally walking on marshmallows. So I gotta say, if you like that type of feel in your walks, tap in. But with that being said, this very sneaker right here is even lighter with a better heel bevel for that more smooth ride. I gotta say, it has a very nice rocker design to it, so it's gonna be very nice when you're easing into those steps. Now, this is gonna be ideal, that I would say, for like maybe the identity walks, recovery days, heavier walkers, or people with joint pain. Now, this is the Hoka Bondi 9, and I gotta say, if you haven't tried Hoka yet, it's probably one of the newer brands you haven't heard of, or maybe one of the newer brands that you have heard of. But Hoka is definitely one of them ones that is definitely going up the ranks. And if you want something new, something very fresh, I definitely recommend you check out the Bondi, or even they have the Cliftons and things like that. But if you want to stay tapped in with just all the new latest and greatest that I put you guys on, make sure you tap in with the channel, hit that subscribe and notification bell. This is a sleeper pick that not a lot of people include in their list, but of course I gotta give you guys the info. This is very sleek, and it's sleek enough to the point where you can go ahead and wear it to work, but it's packed with that cloud tech comfort. So with that being said, it's very stylish and it has a very nice silhouette to it. It's very secure, but also has a very flexible upper. And another strength is that it is great for day-long wear in urban settings. This is the Cloudnova Form 2, and with that being said, this is of course that Swiss brand, and I gotta say, I'm telling you guys, a lot of these new brands are taking over. So that being said, Cloudnova Form 2, let's get on to the next sneaker. Here, Brooks nailed it on the spot with this Glycerin, and I gotta say, the DNA Law V3 foam is soft without being unstable. And they also do have some wide sizes, which makes it great for anyone trying to put it on who needs some extra room. And I gotta say, for some reason, a lot of nurses love this shoe, but with that being said, that gotta mean this is a great shoe, because nurses are on their feet for long periods of time. They need a nice comfort. So I gotta say, this is gonna be a very great option. So with that being said, first things first, it does have plush cushioning, it has a nice stable base, it's available in wide widths, and it's surprisingly durable for a soft foot. Here we do have the Brooks Glycerin 22s, and I gotta say, as I was saying before, this does accompany those people that do have the wide feet. So I gotta say, if you do have some wide foot issues and you feel like some of these lists don't exactly incorporate you, I'm gonna always get you guys right. So with that being said, this is gonna be a great option at a bunch of different widths. So with that being said, this again is the Brooks Glycerin 22s. And on to the next. If you are a traveler that kind of logs a lot of miles into your shoes every single trip, number 5 might just be the most overlooked. And I gotta say, it's been a staple in the community for a minute, so I gotta say, you're in for a treat. Now, I got a cool question for y'all. Go ahead and comment down below what sneaker y'all think this sneaker is right here. This sneaker right here is one that has that heritage plus tech, and I gotta say, it's a very great sneaker that I feel like a lot of people confuse as like a performance shoe, but it's kind of disguised as like a lifestyle sneaker per se, because it just looks so good. But I gotta say, this shoe incorporates that end cap midsole for the extra support. You got that breathable suede mesh upper. You got excellent wear for the long days with varied terrain, and it's also built in the US if that matters to you. But with that being said, this is the one and only New Balance 9 990 V6. Now, the only downside that I gotta put y'all down about this sneaker is its price point. It does go for about $200, which is kind of pricey, but I want you guys to look at these sneakers as an investment. If you do go ahead and buy this $200 sneaker, I guarantee you guys it has some very nice materials, very nice build, and as long as you treat your sneakers with care, it's gonna last you a long period of time. So I gotta say, if you have a locked-in shoe size and you're not really like growing in terms of your foot, I definitely recommend this sneaker if you're gonna actually be able to use it in terms of like walking. It can be used in lifestyle, basically just any situation. So definitely a good sneaker. Let's get on to number 4. So here we got Nike's shoe that has a very dramatic rocker shape that makes walking feel easier, smoother, and it feels like your feet are doing even less work. Now this is designed for the more recovery walking. It's insanely lightweight. It's great for sore feet, and it feels futuristic and looks very clean. Now with that being said, you guys, this is the Nike Motiva. And with that being said, this is also, I would say, one of the budget shoes on this list. You have a very nice price point. Now, if you're looking for a budget option that is gonna be able to also have that good comfort and is not gonna lack in that area, I gotta say the Nike Motiva is gonna be your next go-to. And now we are in the top 3. Now, I gotta say, for this next sneaker at number 3, this is probably gonna be for those people that have never felt a comfortable sneaker. And I gotta say, if you fit in that box, man, this next sneaker is gonna be one that is gonna be an absolute hitter. Now, I know you may be skeptical, but I'm telling you guys, how could we not go with the one and only Skechers, you guys? We've all known Skechers, and I feel like it's a brand that's kind of been frowned upon, but if you're really serious about that nice comfort, I'm telling you, it probably doesn't have the best looks out there, but it's definitely gonna give you that comfort that you are gonna need. This shoe is podiatrist approved, and it supports flat feet like crazy, and it is the most comfortable sub 100 shoe out right now, in my opinion. Now, some of the standout features, you got that Arch Fit system based on 20 years of foot data, you guys. So we got a lot of science-based information in for y'all. Now, if you do have plantar fasciitis, I gotta say this is definitely great for that. It has tons of colorways and it is budget friendly. And here we do have the Skechers Arch Fit 2.0. Now, we got the Asics brand. The Gel-Nimbus, I gotta say, it feels like you're almost like walking on a spring-loaded memory board, but I gotta say, this is gonna be a great shoe if you want like a nice bounce to your step. Now with that being said, you guys, this has that new pure gel tech, which makes this the softest Nimbus yet, I gotta say. But with that being said, it doesn't have the weight that you guys think it does, and this is probably gonna be best for like the daily errands, sidewalks, stairs, long walks, the support, the bounce, and it has a very big feel cushioning without feeling too mushy. Now with that being said, this is the newest of the Asics Gel-Nimbus line. This is the Asics Gel 27. Okay, now the shoe that has been most awaited. Now at number 1, we have the shoe that is not only the most comfortable walking shoe of all time, I think it just might be the best in all around terms of things. Now with that being said, here we do have a sneaker that is just good for everything. I gotta say, it's very soft, it's light, it's supportive, it's breathable, and stylish, just to name a few things. Now it adapts to your walk, it holds over in long days, and it fits a wide range of fits. Now, a couple of reasons of why it wins is because that Fresh Foam X, it kind of gives you that nice balance of plush and energy. It does have that very wide toe box, it's durable, and it has a very nice outsole, and it looks good and feels amazing. Now with that being said, you guys, this is a sneaker that I had a pleasure of doing a review on the channel, but this is the New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080 V14. I gotta say, very nice sneaker, very nice colorway. It feels pretty light. I gotta say, they do say it's on the heavier side of things, but for me personally, it felt pretty light, very comfortable, and I gotta say, I didn't really have too many complaints, but if you do want to see what I had to say, I recommend the info card up here. Now here, I have something called a final comparison guide, and this is kind of like something I curated to kind of give you guys the best for each purpose. So here, I really recommend you hit that screenshot or just get a picture of it, or however you can remember it. I really recommend you go ahead and save this in your phone or whatever device you can use it on. But I gotta say, if you're still not sure what's best for your feet, here is gonna be the best way for you to go ahead and tell. Now, if you found this final comparison guide kind of helpful, make sure you leave a like on this video so I can keep doing more things like this. Comment down below your go-to walking shoe right now and let me know so we can all just get a better range of all the sneakers out there. And with that being said, you guys, I will be indeed replying to every single comment, and let me know what the purpose of your sneakers you're using so I can give you guys a little recommendation in there if you are looking into be in the market. But then again, you guys, all the sneakers we mentioned in that description below. And go ahead and make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I am providing you guys with deep reviews, sneaker breakdowns, wear tests, things like that on a weekly basis, and I do post daily. But with that being said, you guys, I really recommend you click this video right here, which will give you a more in-depth review and a more like detailed look at the New Balance 1080 V14, which was the #1 sneaker on this list. I'll see you there.